Hey guys, just a quick little update. There's been a couple of changes in the past couple of days, and I'm on a different side of my room now, so hopefully you all can hear me better and see me a little bit better. But so Saturday I went to a Future Soldier function. It was my first function, and it was actually a really good time. It was fun being around a bunch of other Future Soldiers, just talking about like our MOSs and stuff like that. It really showed me that I really need to study on my like ranks and stuff like that because as we're sitting in our little like team, um, the recruiter's company, their first sergeant came over to us and was like, "Who am I?" And he didn't mean like, "Oh, well, you all should know who I am." He meant, "Look at my rank and look at my name and tell me who I am." And first sergeant, I guess, is hard. Like I'm really good like up to like staff sergeant, but first sergeant kind of like tripped me out. Somebody said Conyers, just his last name. And he was like, "What? What? Who is that? Who am I? No." And then he was like, "All right, knock him out." And we all kind of just like looked around, and he was like, "Get in the grass right now, knock him out." So we all got in the grass. Mind you, there's like sticker things from the grass like in our hands, and we're like, "Ah!" But it was so funny. And the best part about it was I was actually able to do more push-ups than I thought I could do, and I didn't even like feel it because we were just like a little like nervous, like, wow, he just told us to get on the ground and do push-ups. That was like our first real like military experience. It was fun. And we did different like events and races and things like that. I participated in the duffel bag um, like hop thing, like potato sack thing, slash carrying someone on a stretcher, slash tire flip, slash question and answer, slash run. It sounds rather extensive, and it was kind of difficult, but it was all voluntary. You only had to do one of the events. Then they had like push-up competitions, sit-up competitions, pull-up competitions, a relay race, all that good stuff. But other than that, I mean, we just got to bond with our future soldiers, and a lot of it was D&C, drill and ceremonies. We learned how to like properly get information, and our formation was really bad. We only had 8 people from our station, and it's supposed to be like a 5 front formation, something along those lines, and we looked poor. But there was a couple of other stations that really had theirs like nice and crisp and tight and everything, so that's cool. Um, but oh, and 2 drill sergeants were actually there, and we got to talk with them and ask them some questions and things like that. So that was cool. Other than that, today was actually we were supposed to, or I was supposed to have PT with my recruiter like I normally do, and I was so tired this morning that I actually texted him, and he's usually good for being tired too, and sometimes we will like mutually agree that we don't really feel like doing PT. But just recently he decided that he wanted to try out for special forces, so I tried to ask him if he didn't want a PT, that I was totally okay with that, and he was like, "I understand if you don't want a PT, but I'm still going to." And I was like, "Oh gosh, now I have to go, or I'm gonna feel like crap." So we went, and I was dead tired, and I actually ended up running over 2 miles. Mind you, dead tired, and I had no idea we were running 2 miles. As we were running, he always says the same thing because it's this place called Mount Trashmore, and there's a lake and there's 2 mountains. Normally, we just run around the lake, which is like a mile and a half. And usually we get to this one point, and he's like, "Okay, we're gonna make it the whole way around," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Most of the time I don't really feel like it, but I normally do. Um, and then we got like almost done with the lake, and he was like, "Do you want to run 2 miles?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Well, we're gonna try." And I was like, "I'm so thirsty, I really don't want to do this." But I was like, "Whatever, I'll try," because if he asks me to do something, I'll always try. And that's the most important thing. Is like just realizing you're not going to die. Like he's not going to. I'm not just going to keel over and my heart's going to stop. Worst case scenario, I might throw up, which I almost did a couple of times. But so we're running, and I didn't even know that it was 2 miles because on the map it says that around the mountain and around the lake together is 1.75. But we ran around the whole lake, like this little like cut in between. It's hard to kind of explain, but that actually added like another like point 0.3 or something along those lines. And so we're still running, we're still running. I stopped for like 2 seconds because I was like, I'm gonna throw up. But I was like, just keep walking, just keep walking. So we probably walked like 20 feet, and then we started running again. And then we got around the mountain, and I stopped, and I was like, I really think I'm gonna throw up. And he was like, well, I might have lied to you. And I was like, about what? And he was like, I'm actually pretty certain that we ran over like 2 miles. And I was like, no, you're lying. You're just saying that. And I was like, and on top of that, I didn't even make it the whole way. Like, I'm walking right now. And he's like, well, do you want to finish it? I was like, yeah. So we had only ended up walking, like, again, another like 20 feet. And so I started running again. And we got to the spot, and he got ready to stop, but I like grabbed his arm. I was like, "Come on, let's keep going." He's like, "Do you want to keep going?" And I was like, "As much as I can." Then we stopped like up at this point at a cone, and we went to go look at the map. And he like did some quick math, and he was like, "So actually, we ran 2.35 miles straight, minus 40 feet, if you really want to consider that, because I almost threw up those times. So I guess that doesn't really count." Now, I must tell you that my run is nothing to jump and scream about. It's nothing fabulous. I pretty much run, well, I jog a step above a walk. So don't feel bad if you are thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't sprint, I can't do that. Girl, I can't either. Or boy, I can't either. So don't even worry about that. The key is to just keep going. When you think you need to stop, unless you physically are going to be sick, just keep going. Because, like, I knew I had it in me, but I was just tired and my breathing and all this, and I was just like, man, I'm so thirsty, I don't feel like doing this. But, I mean, why stop? Like, my legs weren't hurting. My shoes are awesome, first of all. You ever see my running shoes? They're over there. Never mind, I don't feel like grabbing them. But, it, you're not going to die. And I really want to get a promotion, and I honestly did not believe that I could run 2 miles or more than 2 miles. And then today, like, we ran over 2 miles, and he was like, so how are you feeling? And I was like, I don't want to talk to you right now. But then after it, I was like, thank you. Like, because he had to do that to trick me. Because he believes in me more than I do sometimes. But, I mean, he's so awesome. Now, we just have to work on push-ups, which I'm actually getting better at. Mind you, last time I tried, which hasn't been in a couple of days, I only did like 10. I don't even know how many I did when the first sergeant was yelling at us. Not that many, though, because we didn't get like yelled at for too long. But sit-ups? Sit-ups are probably going to be an issue. I'm not very quick at it. So getting 53 sit-ups in 2 minutes might be a bit of a task. And he always talks about how those are like the hardest thing for him too. So I guess we'll see. But I'm still improving. I've got 68 more days now. So I guess we'll just see how everything goes till then. If you got any questions or anything, just let me know. I'll keep y'all posted if anything else changes. Apparently there's going to be another Future Soldier function before I ship, like in November. So I will definitely be posting another video about that. But don't worry, there'll be more videos before then. So yeah, all right, bye you guys.